Approve your screen,
All
guys.
right, we're live on YouTube. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to week 112 on Verse TV. This is the Homos Talk Show. I'm Aaron Mack, and I'm here with my good friends. Go ahead and say who you are. First, Differently Capable.
And what up, everybody? It's your boy, Differently Capable.
All right, and who else do we have with us? Chrissy.
Chrissy Shields,
All right.
hailing from Cleveland, Ohio.
All right. And who else do we have with us? Shy.
Hey everybody, this is Shy.
All right. And who else do we have with us?
Hey, this is Duquan White, Transparent Style.
All right. So let's go ahead and get into the tea of the Homos Talk Show. So our first topic is coming from both NBCnews.com and coming from inside.com people. So Aaron Mack loves Ms. Tina Knowles Lawson even more after reading this people.com article about Beyonce and Solange always celebrating Juneteenth and it being an honor to be Black. And from history.com, just FYI, Juneteenth, short for June 19th, marks the day when federal troops arrived in Galveston, Texas in 1865 to take control of the state and ensure that all enslaved people be freed. Now, the troops' arrival became a full 2.5 years after the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation. My questions, team, are first, what does Juneteenth mean to you? How will you personally make the observance of Juneteenth more substantial in your life? And I'll say very quickly for myself, I will remember this full origin of Juneteenth and be ready to share this knowledge with anyone. And go ahead, differently capable. First up.
All right, guys. Okay, so as you guys know, I am not an African American. I am an Afro Latino from Puerto Rico. So when it comes to this part of history, I shouldn't be speaking about what happened to in America when it comes to history, because there is my own history in my own country. But I will say one thing: this is history that needs to be taught, and this is history that needs to keep on in every single sense of Black history. Because if we don't remember our history, then we are challenged to forget it and never celebrate it. So as long as this is part of our history, we should all celebrate it, get together, and and understand that there was people before us fighting for our freedoms.
And we'll just go on to the next person who is Chrissy, according to the order.
All right. I'll say I'm in agreement with you, differently capable. I'm a mixed woman, and I was raised with my father's side of the family, who are Black people. So I'm not. It's not something that I didn't have knowledge about, nor it was something that I was taught about um, at a young age by my family members on my father's side. They didn't really teach much about the history of it. That's the stuff that I would look for on my own. Of course, there hasn't really been a whole lot of information about it until recently, and I'm in support of the whole movement, and I'm really happy to hear about it now being a federal holiday. um, and because it's a huge step for Black people. So um, that's what I have to say about that.
You're up,
Can you hear me?
Shy. We can just keep that
Alrighty.
order.
All right. Juneteenth, in my opinion, it can be a touchy subject for some, but for me, I didn't know anything about Juneteenth until I was in my 20s, honestly. Um, I'm definitely here for the recognition of the holiday, but I personally feel like they made it a holiday because they found a way to make money off of it. Now, that's just my opinion. I feel like when we could actually be free as a people mentally, then things will be better. I don't think while I appreciate the holiday, I feel like things go much deeper than Juneteenth because some people didn't even know they were free until years later. But I'm here for the elevation of us as a whole. So that's what I'll say.
And Daquan.
Yeah, yes, I feel that Juneteenth was long overdue to make it a federally known holiday, to make it federally known and to make it a day of celebration, because we came a long way as colored people from slavery. I, being a person that is well-traveled, I experienced a lot of racism and segregation amongst people. And for me to see people of color move on, preserve and be able to move on in this world, it's taken a long time, step by step, but we're doing it with every step. And it just feels good. It's a good thing. It's long overdue, and we're getting there as people of color. And this needs to be a nationally recognized holiday. Not federally, it needs to be national. It needs to be around the world because there's racism and there's bias around the world. And I've experienced a lot personally being a person of color and a person of being gay, a gay person of LGBT plus Q descent. So that's all I have to say about it.
All right. And our next topic will be moderated by Shy. So the order of the answers, and you don't have to wait for me. The order of the answer will be Shy, Daquan, Differently Capable, Chrissy. All right. And this topic is called Gender and Makeup, coming from Gay Magazine and InStyle.com. Now, Aaron Mag loves that gender norms are being faded by artists like Saucy Santana, who explained that he likes to keep his facial hair with his wigs, and Demi Lovato, who is wearing shorter hair so they can step away from gender norms. And both humans wear makeup. Saucy Santana's pronouns are he and him. Demi Lovato's pronouns are they and them. Now, is there a right or wrong way to find out someone's personal pronoun choice? And how would it be done? And is first going to Shy.
I guess you can ask some of their pronouns. I mean, nowadays it's much easier to ask because being a part of the lifestyle, people aren't as touchy. They're only touchy when you're not a part of the lifestyle. So if you kind of, depending on how you express yourself, it is limitless. Is no gender roles. I feel like people should be allowed to express themselves, whether it's through music, makeup, hair, no hair, and in any instances. I think it's great. Like, You know, I feel like it's a step forward for people in the community to finally be out in the open, because they've been in the spotlight for a very long time. A lot of people take things from the community and don't always give credit where it's due. But I feel like, hey, it's about time, you know?
Well, I have, oh, is it my turn now?
Well, it almost is, but how exactly would you ask someone?
Are you asking me, Aaron? Are you still asking
Shot.
Me?
And
Oh, you're asking me. I guess you could just ask what their pronouns are. Sometimes you can't tell, so you wouldn't really know how to ask. What is the proper way to ask? You don't really know how you're going to offend someone. You just try not to. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, I would just ask. Like, there's no harm in that.
All right, and Daquan?
I have to agree with Shai. I would just ask them appropriately, how would they want to be addressed, and just keep it like that. But I have to say, and I wanted to add, it's kind of confusing to me because I guess I'm a quote older gay queen. I'm in my 40s, so things have changed. So when we didn't have mustaches and it was putting makeup on. When I started makeup, my face, I wanted to be like flamboyant and feminine. So I had my face smooth and stuff like that. And just me personally, and from the queens that I've seen them smooth skin and stuff like that. This is a new age queens these days with the mustaches and the makeup. And I'm glad that people are able to embrace who they really are and be who they really are. So it's just confusing, but it's a great thing. So, but I would just ask them appropriately, how would they want to be addressed? Because I know, and again, I'm putting this on me, I know sometimes for me being so flamboyant, I've had people address me as she or her. And I'm still a gay man, so I would prefer to be approached as him, or you understand, like him, his, or him. Mm-hmm. But you know, as long as it's done respectfully, I personally don't mind he or she or him, as long as it's done respectfully. But that's all I have to add.
Okay. Well, from my end perspective, I made a TikTok video a couple of months ago where actually I explain to people a good way to ask for someone's pronoun. And it's very simple. Introduce yourself first. When you introduce yourself, giving them your pronouns, then you are more capable of asking for someone else's pronouns, because now you explain to them who you really are. So it's one of the best ways to do it. Tell them who you are, and then they'll feel comfortable to do so. It's one of the best ways. But we're forgetting one thing, that a lot of people overthink the whole idea of pronouns. Start treating people as individuals and start thinking about labels. Because pronouns are nothing but another label. Right. My name is Eric. Right. So if you know my name, I wouldn't want you to just call me they, them, her, she, him, her. My name is Eric. Nice to meet you.
Chris.
Am I next? I think I'm next. Okay. Those are, I really liked your answer, Definitely Capable. Yes, the people don't think to introduce themselves that way. I'm a heterosexual woman, so that's not my lifestyle, and I definitely don't want to disrespect anyone, because I have respect for people across the board. I'm an ally to human rights and to people who want to live the way they want to live. I'm not a hater on none of that, because I'm gonna do me and not force myself on anyone or my views or perspectives on anyone. But yeah, like Daquan said, I would ask, how would you like to be addressed if the pronoun factor is actually of importance? I definitely am one to subscribe to labels only because it holds you accountable. But you know, that's something totally different than um, identity. Um, but yeah, addressing someone for by name is important. I think without even thinking about the pronoun. And what was the second question?
Lose Aaron.
Lose
Aaron.
Producer.
I didn't get that.
what was the second part of the question?
Just asking how. How would you actually
Okay.
ask someone their pronoun?
Oh, just by asking, how would you like to be addressed? Only because out of respect for another human being, if they identify differently sexually, then I just want to respect that person for who they are. So if they want to be addressed as he, she, them, they, whatever, then I just want to respect that. So I will respectfully ask, how would you like to be addressed? So I'm with Daquan on that, as far as how I would, get that information. It's just out of respect.
All right. And now we're about to turn off the live, but I'm going to ask the question first. Now, this is called The Homos Do You Believe in Love Before Love? And it's coming from a show on the All Black app called Social Society. And the question is, how do we love ourselves before loving someone else? Now, Dr. Lex said that she doesn't fully agree with the idea that outside love first requires self-love. And she gave an example of babies being loved by many before they even are taught how to love. And without that pressure, you can give yourself some grace for your flaws. Now, my question, if you were in a counseling session with Dr. Lex and she said that to you, how would you respond and why? And Chrissy, you're first, followed by Shy, followed by Daquan, and Differently Capable.
Well, as a mother of four, I understand that. I have two daughters and two sons, and I love my children. And, I think I'm able to teach them how to love, but I do think it's important for me to love myself